やっぱり来てくれた。
Hello and welcome back to another episode on the VikingGnomeAnime channel, or episode review, rather. Today we are going to be looking at the third episode of I Got a Cheat Skill in Another World and Became Unrivaled in the Real World 2. Now this show, dude, it's looking really good, I have to say. It is looking really quite dapper, if I may say so. Each and every episode, I grow more and more fond of the anime, and the storytelling is looking solid, like really solid, like way better than basically any other Isekai-esque anime I have seen in a long time. Now to quickly recap the plot in the third episode here, so Yuuya decides he needs some clothes because he only has the one shirt, but he wants some variety, understandably enough. He goes to the mall. Every girl is swooning over him because he is basically a hotness incarnate, right? And he eventually gets roped into a fashion shoot because they need a guy because their model is late, whatever. So he gets roped into this model shoot, and most of the episode just encompasses this model shoot between him and this Miyu girl that he models with, and we get a lot of nice interactions between those two, and very good dialogue, etc. And then at the very end of the episode, he goes to the other world where he's reunited with the princess he saved in episode 2, at the end of episode 2. We do also find out that this is indeed a princess, she's part of the royal family, etc., as probably should have been expected, as that's how it tends to go. That ends the third episode of this anime, just with that simple story arc. Nothing too much happened, but a lot of good quality within those simple plot points nonetheless. Also, the after credits scene was very entertaining, where basically all these model agencies see this amateur model, Yuuya, and they're all like, he's a natural, he's amazing, we need to get him, no matter the cost, get him signed. That was quite entertaining as well there. This anime, though, as I said before, it is looking really good. Like, there are a lot of good points about it that I just keep coming back to and praising. I was quite surprised in the second episode that, okay, they spent most of it with him going to school, with sort of overcoming some personal issues with confidence and such, right? But I expected that they would go more and more into this Isekai-esque world to cover the plot mostly there. But in this third episode as well, they are still keeping the vast majority of screen time in the real world, not in the Isekai world. It looks like that may be changing in the next episode, as he now meets the princess and her guards at the end of this episode. But it looks like they are definitely trying to create a balance where he isn't that much in the Isekai world. He may be now for a lot of the time, the next arc of episodes. But so far, he hasn't been. And that's been a really nice, refreshing thing, as if you have seen a lot of Isekai, you would probably expect immediately that they would just spend a lot of time in the Isekai world and barely even mention his real world, just use it for some gimmick or something, but they're actually really trying and spending time and effort to build this cohesive plot where the real world is just as important or even more important than this Isekai world. So that is really nice to see so far. The show is really well crafted as well, right? The amount of character with not only Yuuya, but many of the characters you get introduced to are likable, like the school female friend that he now has, and Miyu in this episode was quite likable. The princess might not be so likable, but that might be part of her charm. We'll have to see. Don't know too much about her yet. But yeah, just the dialogue and the heart of the show is really quite good so far. They really spent time and effort on making sure that you really get invested and spend time thinking about these things that happen in each episode. They're not just like something you look over and it's done, or something goofy or silly. They actually try to make every single plot point important and to make it so that it all fits together in a cohesive whole, right? It's nice to see as well how Yuuya still spends a lot of time with these self-doubt thoughts, lack of confidence, and just general personal issues that he has. it's nice to see that they are actually trying to go through these things and improve him slowly but surely, as many anime would simply just jump over it and barely mention it after he changes. But it's very nice to see that they are actually spending so much time on showing that even though his entire exterior has changed, his looks, his height, everything else, his weight, his insides per se, or his mental state is still very much the same as it was. The lack of confidence, the self-image of being like a fat, lonely loser, and him being trapped in that sort of mindset. And how difficult it may be for him to break out of that, no matter his current circumstances. It will be very interesting to see how he handles that moving forward. One question I did have though, with the princess by the way, before I end this episode review, is that, so the princess was in these dark woods, which is apparently uninhabited, and no one can live there because it's so dangerous, right, because of monsters and stuff. But she was there in the last episode, for some reason. Hopefully they will explain that later on. And now she just goes back to basically propose to him, because she has a massive crush on him after he saved her prior. And she is willing to just bring her entire personal guard into this extremely dangerous dark forest area, where they may just die. She's just like, it's fine. I'm willing to sacrifice anyone to meet my crush again. Okay. Okay there, princess. Let's calm down here. Let's be rational. Then again, women are not known to be rational, are they? Huh. That will basically end the episode review, though. As a final note, I would say that, even though I find Yuuya's personality personally very vexing, I don't like those sort of self-doubtful, self-critical characteristics in personality, very desirable, and it pet peeves me a lot. It vexes me a lot, usually. But because it is an important part of his character, I'm more than happy to overlook it due to my personal vexation of it. This, though, as I said, is a great anime. It is doing great things so far. It has great potential. This might be like a solid 8 out of 10 show, maybe even more if they really nail the landing on this one. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what else they will come up with in the future 9 episodes that we have left. And, yeah, I hope you join me watching more of this great anime. That being said, if you like the content, hit like, subscribe, notification bell, all those good things. Comment if you are so inclined as well. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.